What's going on, mate? The pro amateur, total amateur skating video. Coming up to the top of this hill here. I'm going to do what they call in the industry, is it? Hill bombing? So Andy Anderson doing the other day. I was like, if Andy Anderson can do one, I suppose I can do one too. I'm getting a hunger for hills lately. Pretty cool. I really advise everyone, if you're like starting skateboarding like myself, stay away from the skate parks. Honest to God, you're not going to learn anything on a skate park, and you're going to get too used to having a really nice surface. You really need to learn how to skate streets, skate crowd. Like if you get a kind of like a bit not of a snob, but you know, like, oh, I couldn't skate here, oh, it's too bumpy. You know, like, yeah, just give up there and roast them. But you need to wear a bit of armour. Clothing can be really good, you know. Big heavy coat is really good armour, falling on your limbs anywhere. Like, you know, you got mobility. It's easier to move about. Let me zip this up even though it's roasting hot out today. It's okay. So yeah, on the street, everything is an opportunity to learn or practice something. I'll start up here at the very fucking top of the hill. Everything is an excuse to practice something. So you might be familiar in a city or town that you have really nice flat pavements areas, and they're broken up into little segments, and every second segment gives you a little bump. Like, take that opportunity to practice like a little ollie pop or a little manual, hold the manual over the bump, because you're going to need to learn to do that loads, you know, timing executions and timing. So it's a little safe thing. You're not really jumping an obstacle, but you just do a little ollie pop. Other people are being collected from school down here now to tear through their car park. This might be interesting. I don't know, I might drop the phone halfway. I was like, shit, I'm dead. And I still don't have a helmet. I was coming down here the other day and some lads start beeping crazy at me. I was like, are you insane? A little bit, yeah. So hill bombing, there's loads of different ways. You gotta study your hill first, so you want to walk up the hill loads and check all the surfaces to see if you've got a route. You want an escape route. But going down hills can be scary at first, because you just start to build up a certain speed and it gets exponential from there. And then you realise your speed's getting exponential and you feel out of control, and you might tuck back and start L-footing, and then your skateboard will start wobbling, and then you're in a very scary predicament. You kind of want to, so they call it carving, like zigzagging back and forth like this to keep your speed low. Bumpy surfaces are going to be good, so you're going to use bumpy surfaces to your advantage going down hills. There's also another little thing that's not, I don't think it's newbie or crappy. If you're going down hills and you just feel like you're getting a little too out of control, it's better to stay in control of your skateboard and look cool going really fast. So I do an anti-push. It's okay to do these. So I might just do it here. I like turning on this part, but I'll show you now. So you're going down, and instead of putting your foot down to push, you just put your foot down to brake 1, brake 2, and then go back again. And do it again. Brake 1, brake 2. I don't think it looks too newbie. I think it's a bit more impressive to be in control of your skateboard and not let your skateboard take away from you, or take control of you. So that's what happens when you start going fast and on hills. You're going to freak out. You have to stay in control of the board. And it just means by swiveling, carving, just staying knees bent, leaning forward into things, not getting scared and losing control. If you lose control of the board, yeah, you're fucked. So I might not do a lot of talking because it's going to be pretty noisy tearing down here. But the hills also don't look any justice. Like Andy Anderson was doing one there when it's near his hometown or something, and they're probably really steep, kind of like those San Francisco hills. And it just didn't look like he was going down the hill at all. This is pretty steep here, despite the way it doesn't look. But anyway, here we go. Slow down. See here, there's a bumpy surface around here. Slow down. Bumpy surface. See, using every little thing as an excuse to slow down and speed up. The car park is full of cars. This is new to me. Yay! So you want to investigate your route. So this is going to be weird. Okay, here we go. See, use the trains to slow down. Use bumpy surfaces to slow down. I'm going to splice a bit here. Brake a bit there. Take down here. Curve that big area, just carve it nicely around. Just a bit of bumpy stuff to slow down. Don't get scared, stay in control. Weave it in and out. And by the time you're going flat surface for like 2 meters, you slow down entirely. Oh, there you go, bottom of the hill. Lovely fun. Look at people giving me looks. This place is always full of cars because everyone out here has like really nice stuff. There's traffic everywhere. And it's like a back road. That's it. I have to jump off now. Gets a tube up there. That's another one you can do. It's always cool. Just kick your board in front of you. Say if you got a curb or something, you want to just look like you're lazy and too cool. Just kick the board in front of you. Just fly it off your front foot. Just let it roll. Just like you look really nonchalant and like, oh, don't give a fuck. But you just let a skateboard cross something that's pretty unpassable. Well, nothing's unpassable, but I can't dolly over shit yet, so some little bumps and curves. It's a handy little method. That's my new little favourite skate. I get off the bus early to go skate it, so I'm going over to my local Aldi now to buy my cheap beers. Daily routine. It's an alright daily routine, really, if you ask me. Going skating, drinking beer, and playing guitar all evening. Come on, cheers! I gotta go on, Tony Hawk. Yeah, that's Ireland for you. Look at these swanky posh houses. My skateboard career ever afforded me Castle Ban. I won't actually have a skateboarding career. I got a bad back. I realised I was like, no, I got a shitty back. But yeah, see, all these crappy surfaces, you need to learn to navigate, you know? Surface, good surface, bad surface, nice surface for a while, crappy surface. Popping onto surfaces, off a surface. Using any little curb, although it's not a curb. Practice going off a curb. Practice going onto a curb, even though, again, that's not a curb. It's totally flat. But just take the opportunity to practice. Every little opportunity. Really need to learn to love the streets. So yeah, advice, stay away from skate parks altogether. They're terrible places to learn. Absolutely rough. You'll get no speed. Like, you know, unless you're dropping in for an instant. You know, you don't learn how to deal with situations, scenarios properly. It's few called turning, really. Unless you learn to like pivot again on verts and stuff. But so yeah, it's really, skate parks are crap. And then you don't want to become a surface snob either. And say, oh no, I couldn't have scratched my deck skating on the street. So yeah, learn to live the streets, baby. And yeah, it's really where it's at, street skating. You'd want to be doing that for a good year, I reckon. I'm going to be doing this for a good year. Before I even go anywhere near a skate park. I just think, I don't know. That's my opinion anyway. So we have one here, it's alright, it's pretty cool, but I was like, nah, it's way beyond me, I just need to be realistic. Like your man there, everybody wants to be Tony Hawk's head, really. My favourite stuff is watching Andy Anderson tearing streets. This part's funny, it's uphill but it feels downhill. Some weird Irish hill like in Father Ted. I am going uphill, but you roll for some reason like it's downhill. Weird Irish hills again, stuff like that. And the King's Crosswalk, Smart Crossway. Left to the left. It's gonna run. So I was only supposed to do the hill, but you're kind of staying with me. I must be very lonely. We'll do this part as well together, because this is a nice bit of street skating. We'll talk a little bit about things. It is manual into them. So the time the front trucks pass them, at least only the back truck has to slow down. Where if both trucks fly over those bumpy bits, you're going to slow down entirely. So you need to manual into them a bit. Get good at practicing manualing over things. Like this little thing here, just practice manual over, popping on, popping on. Yeah, streets are great fun. Dangerous and unpredictable and keep you on your toes. There's none of this in a skate park, you know? It's just like one little blue down, one little thing down, and then you fall over. It's constant obstacles, little things. You need to really learn to deal with. Well, I think people need to learn to deal with. It'd be really crappy. And there's puddles never usually here. Yeah, this fucking stuff. Stay away from my skateboard. Oh, crap, bus. See, it is a little challenge for me, this one here. Early on. That's it. And there's Aldi in the distance. For all my cheap beer. Pardon me, miss. Sorry. It's a nice little run down here. So this is what you want when you start skating. It's not like a really nice quiet estate where it's a nice little slanty. You want a little slanty bit. You're into this fun tearing down little things like this. Pick up some speed. Now, this is way more fun than anything in a skate park. Dancing and splicing and zigzagging. Wonderful promotion of Aldi, but I am rather evangelical about it. I was pretty fucking depressed and not eating in life. And discovered Aldi. It's my safe little curb where I practice going off curbs. It's down clenched, breathing technique. Just remember the breathing technique. It's this little Canadian girl I saw. Oh, there's my chance. Here we go. Oh, way sloppy. And both those trucks landing together. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to film in store, so this is where I'll leave this. My truck's tight enough so I can get those handy saws. Can I try doing it on the wall maybe, will I? I need to go into it a lot more, don't you? Alright, peace out.